A lot of people don't know how to play the King's Gambit, but in today's video, I'll show you my favorite line. But hey, do me a favor before we start. You aren't watching my videos up to the end nowadays. You see, the best you can do to support this channel or tell the algorithm that you love what I do is by watching my entire videos and also sharing, not forgetting to subscribe if you haven't already as well. Of course, there are so many versions of the King's Gambit out there, but what I'm about to show you is what I consider to be the best King's Gambit line, beginning with the move pawn to e4, and black has to play e5. Then you go pawn to f4. If black takes, there is this idea of beginning with bishop c4, not knight f3. This is what most people do, but we want to be as aggressive as we can when we are playing the King's Gambit accepted. Let your next move be bishop c4. Of course, you're going to see most of your opponents going queen h4 check, thinking they are going to win something. Probably you go pawn to g3, then they take, they win your rook. Nah, from here, we just want to put our king on f1. By the way, this is very much playable even classical and rapid chess, not only in bullet. When you check the Lichess database, you will see that the top played move here is bishop c5. This is an equalizing move for white. Black intends to checkmate, but you just need to go d4, attacking that bishop. I don't even know why people play bishop c5, to be honest, when it can easily be blocked. They play bishop b6, and now this is when you can safely develop your king's knight. This is the beginning of sorrows. Black plays queen f6 in most cases. Again, the top played move, no jokes, but this is when you can go pawn to e5, attacking that queen. Again, going by the top played moves, you can see queen c6 is what people play. With queen e6, black is just attacking the light squad bishop. And I believe the first move that comes into your mind is bishop b3, but in chess, don't believe in your first moves. This is one secret, guys. In other words, try as much as possible to ignore obvious moves. Obvious moves should be secondary to you. That's how we play chess. So bishop b3 is a good move, but a best move would be something like knight a3 or maybe knight d2, but not that much. To me, the greatest is queen e2. This is a developmental move, and you might even trap black's queen should they play the second most played move d5 or even d6. It doesn't matter because you have bishop b5. That was the whole idea, and the queen is just trapped. This is what people do on Lichess, and you can see these games in the database, so I'm not just making up stuff. So once again, after queen c6, I propose you just go queen e2. Say black plays knight e7, natural move. Now this is when you can simply get back one of your pawns that you sacrificed. Back to the initial position of the King's Gambit accepted. Still looking at the bishop c4 line, where black usually plays queen h4. Here I said just go king f1, and after bishop c5, you go d4, bishop b6, knight f3, attacking the queen, queen f6, the top played move, e5. And this time, instead of playing queen c6, let's say black plays queen f5, trying to hold on to their extra pawn. But here you can try bishop d3. If queen e6, you simply go pawn to c4. Why c4 of all moves? First, this kind of paves the way for the queen to sit on c2. The knight will also smile on c3. Once again, bishop takes f4, can still wait. People here play pawn to d5, and now this is when you reveal your whole plan of wanting to trap the dark squad bishop. Bishop a5, then queen a4 check. If knight c6, you just add more salt to the wound, and this poses a direct threat on the bishop, since the knight can't take your queen if you take that bishop. It is in this position where you will see a lot of people blundering with moves like pawn to b6, because I mean this bishop didn't have anywhere to go, right? I mean, they can't play any of those moves. So they play pawn to b6, but forgetting that bishop takes wins the rook. If you want to improve your chess rating today, check this out. I just built a brand new Casper Chess website where you can access my new chess courses plus some of the classic favorites. Even though thousands of my committed students have found success with these courses, buying them is how you help this channel to survive. Please, I would love your honest feedback on the new look and feel. And while you are there, take a look at Casper Tech Clean Books, my new bookkeeping and accounting software for SMEs and chess players who run businesses too. Thank you. Back to the initial position of the King's Gambit, where you first of all go bishop c4. Again, queen h4 check, you just go king f1. Bishop c5 is a sheer waste of time. I still don't understand why people do play this move. I mean, expecting you to blunder in one or something like that, kind of a scholar's mate, but this shouldn't happen, especially if you are rated 1700 and above. You just go pawn to d4, bishop b6, knight f3. The queen is under attack. Another move that you will see apart from queen f6 is queen e7. Now, because the queen can be attacked in the next two moves, you start with knight c3. The idea is to go knight d5, which is why you will see most people playing pawn to c6 in this position. After this, I have two beautiful continuations for you guys. The idea is to make black's position become too cramped with little space, and also just to make them become passive. The first one is the bishop takes f4 line. The second one is the pawn to d5 line. I love pawn to d5 for a number of reasons. I'm going to show you why. At this point, all that black is thinking of is knight f6 and castling. They want to put their king to safety, and that's why after bishop takes f4, you will see most people playing knight f6 because they just want to cast a shot. But this allows us to play pawn to e5, which you should play, and after knight h5, now you go bishop g5. Where's this queen going to go? I don't know. The other deadly plan you have is knight e4 and check, just making black's position become very cramped. You see, if black plays pawn to f6 in this position, you can even sacrifice your bishop. Point is, after they take, it's not about attacking the queen. You just want to capture that knight. This is check, by the way. G6, knight takes G6, and there's nothing black can do. Now, going back a few moves, one might say there's no need for black to play pawn to f6. Perhaps they can just attack our bishop, also attacking our pawn on b2. But here you can simply retreat your bishop back to b3. And if they try to cast a shot, you just go a3. Where's this queen going to go to? I mean, the only safe place for the queen is the f5 square. Now you can attack that rook, bishop e7. After something like rook e8, you follow it up with knight g5. The real attack is on this knight. The queen is just super passive, as you can see. Not to mention that our light squad bishop is spying on that juicy f7 pawn. So it is safe to say black is just dead in this position. Even moves like queen s6 check don't help. Here we can even go back to e1. We don't want to walk into that pin, so just king e1. If rook takes, we have queen takes h5, threatening to mate. And if something like h6, we just go bishop takes f7 check. If king f8, there you have mate in 1. And if king h8, you just go queen g6, threatening to checkmate. If pawn takes, again you have mate in 1. I said in the queen e7 line supported by c6, there are two beautiful moves you can try, and we just finished looking at the bishop takes f4 line. Another move you may give a try is d5. This kind of drops a bit of our advantage, but should black play knight f6, we just want to, cramp their position. Here they can go queen d8, trying to cast a shot, but we have moves like knight g5. e5 is still playable, but knight g5 is something so special that you can try. They will obviously cast a shot, and now this is when you can go e5. With e5, you just want to drive this knight away so that you can go queen h5 on the next move, and that'll be disastrous. Say pawn to h6. You know what? You can even go h4 in this position, leaving that knight there so that if pawn takes, you take back with your h pawn. Now you have two pawns attacking that knight, and there's nothing black can do. Look at this position, just nothing. Let's just give it a try. Knight h7. Here you can simply go queen h5. There's nothing, just nothing black can do. Let's go through this one more time. Bishop c4, queen check, king f1, bishop c5, d4, bishop b6, knight f3, and queen e7. Here I said, because of the misplacement of this queen, you need to start with knight c3, with the idea of putting that knight on d5, attacking the queen. This is why you will see most people playing c6, but you have two options: to go d5, bishop takes f4. Now, why do I love d5 so much? See, d5 creates an impression as if you are not doing much, not doing anything. Probably you just want to take like that or something. Bishop takes f4 is too obvious, in that black won't just go knight f6 in fear of e5. So they first of all start with d6. But here you can go queen e1. With queen e1, you want to put your queen on g3, maybe given a chance. E.g., this time if knight f6, you can even go queen h4. But the best you can do in this position is actually to take a free pawn, because after queen takes, you simply have e5. Once again, say queen e7, ef. Black should never even think of trading off his queen due to this check we have an extra pawn. Maybe we are going to be up by 2 pawns. Bishop e6, bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, king f7, knight g5 check, king g6, and knight c e4. Bingo. Oh, if rook f8, we can just go f7. This is discovery check, and it's just a matter of time before checkmating black. Probably like this, h4, this, rook e4 check, queen g3, and rook h3 met. I know I have left many gaps, but those will be covered in my next King's Gambit video, which I'll publish in a few hours from now. So if you don't want to miss the second part of this video or any of my future uploads, remember to turn on the bell notification icon after you subscribe to this channel. And this also goes to my existing subscribers to do the same. Turn on that bell notification icon if you don't want to be missing my videos. Some of you guys don't even know that I drop videos like this every single day. Now check this out, you guys. If you want to learn more about these kinds of tricks or similar opening ideas like the ones I just shared, you can watch this video that has popped up on the top left. Another video that I highly recommend you check out to skyrocket your rating is this one that has popped up on the top right. But if you love Gambit videos, you can check out the video that has popped up on the bottom left. And if you are a lover of chess traps like myself, feel free to click on the video that has popped up on the bottom right.